How's it going, everybody? This is Copper Burgess from Stillz LLC. Thanks for watching. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you got your still lined up straight. So just set your still down where you're going to have it normally, and that's going to be the starting point. You can look down into the still and see the seam is usually vertical. That'll indicate where the front is. Then you just step to the side, and you get a Sharpie or something, and you measure down 2 inches from the top of the stainless, and that'll ensure that you'll clear the stainless steel that's in the inside. That's a key thing when considering where you're drilling your hole. You do not want to drill into the stainless. You have a smaller drill bit to make a pilot hole. That'll help. If not, using just this large bit will work just fine. Just find the 1 1/8 mark on the drill bit. Maybe mark it with a Sharpie and drill all the way up until that point, and then you're done. After you're done drilling, be sure to clean off any loose copper that may be hanging on from the inside. You don't want that falling into your pot. So again, you can see on the inside that there's some leftover scrap copper, and you just want to wipe any of that loose stuff off. And if any of it falls into your pot, just flip your pot upside down and bang any of that stuff out. You don't want that in the bottom of your pot when you start to use it. Otherwise, you can see that the union and the fitting that we're sending to you fits snug in the hole. And otherwise, you just want to make sure your pot's straight still, and that your fitting is coming off 90 degrees or close to it. So you want to take a step back and get a peek at it from afar. And if it looks good, then you're ready to tack it. So you want to apply some flux to the union piece and the collar area, and then you're going to heat the union piece, and you're going to be heating that union piece until the solder that's on the union piece already starts to turn, starts to melt. That's going to be a good reference point so that you know it's hot enough to start applying more solder. Just continue to heat in the corner where the line arm meets the collar, and dab the solder rod in and out of that corner until it melts and joins the two pieces. So now we want to make sure that the line arm is going to be level. So screw in your line arm and flux the area that you just soldered, tacked, and we're going to grab a level, and you're going to hold it on the line arm, and you can eyeball it if you need to. Just obviously we don't want it too far up or down. And while holding the height or the level you want, you're going to heat the sides of the tacked area, and the idea is to melt some of that solder around the 1-inch pipe and securing it in place so you can secure your leveled area, your leveled line arm. Now that you've secured a level line arm position, you can go ahead and start to apply solder to the rest of the area around the rest of the union. You want to focus your heat more on the union and less on the collar area, especially if you've never soldered. I would melt the solder to the union area and then melt it down, so let the solder melt down and fall onto the collared area. Use a medium heat, don't go full blast. Pull your heat on and off, like off the solder and away from the solder. You don't want to go full bore and keep your solder or your heat there, or you're going to melt solder all over your collar. Just be careful and take it slow, take your time, and you should do just fine.